Hello everyone, welcome back to Haines, Alaska. I'm Hitman82 and this is Gold Rush. So last episode, well, there's been some changes. There's been a new update into the game, and so I've restarted and gone through to basically where we were when we left off the last episode, except now I'm on hardcore. So things are a little bit tougher. The fuel, we're using more fuel. The gold is not worth as much. Not sure about that. I haven't seen that yet. Apparently, there's not as much gold, but there is more gold in this section, I think. So all this is, I think, because I haven't yet proven it. So first, a couple corrections. Last episode, I was saying you could only put a couple of these mats in a bucket before processing it. You can put all four in. Um, and also, when you start out and you still have this hog pan that does not have the pump, you can actually get that extension. And if you have the money, it's good to get right off the bat to have four mats right from the start. Okay, so as you can see, dig in here. We've got 3 pails of stuff that's already been run through the sluice, and it's ready for panning. So let's just start this up. I want to get one more bucket, and then, I don't know. I don't think we'll pan it. Maybe we'll do something a little different. Well, there's a machine called a wave table that we can use to process the dirt, so I think we'll get that shortly. So we won't do any more panning. So we can take this thing and throw it in the woods. Oh, go away, manual labor. If only I could dig without a shovel. Oh wait, you can. An excavator. We'll be doing that shortly. Probably in the next episode. Okay, so this is now at 87%. So one neat little trick you can do is with a bucket. So if you dig, I should have done this before, I just learned it. Way faster, and I don't have to keep whipping my screen around to fill it. So it takes 3 scoops, 3 full scoops. Throw it in there, and that'll give us about 3% filled on this. That should go up to 90%. Yay, 89. Oh, no, 2 to 3% then. All right, so let's we'll finish filling this up, and then we'll go get that wave table. So I worked through the night, and yeah, it was a lot of digging. Oops, see, that's taking more scoops because I'm not getting a full scoop in the shovel here. See, not taking any dirt away. So you only get partial scoops at that point. Okay, a couple more buckets of this, and then we'll go get that wave table. I'll also, with hardcore, it adds there's a lot of changes that you don't find the free nuggets. Repairs, you have to repair. Things break down a lot. So I'm going to want to get the parts for my truck. So if my truck breaks down, I don't have to walk back to town, because that would not be fun. It's a long walk. I think. I don't know. I haven't had to do it yet, but I've heard tell of folks having to, so I want to avoid that. Alright, we're almost done. Alright, let's see how close are we. Probably one more bucket will do it. Gonna hit 98. Alright, so yeah, we'll do one more bucket. It'll waste a little bit of dirt, but that's okay. So, depending where you dig in this section, you can get different amounts of gold from that dirt. Because, for instance, right here, whoops, oh, don't knock the bucket over too. I'll just throw this in here, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I dig right here, the gold I get out of this may be a different concentration than if I dig here or wherever. I'm not sure where the exact actual grid would be, but it's separated into grids, and you get different amounts from different spots. Okay, we now have this. This is done. Let's go turn our pump off and refuel it. Alright, so now we're gonna get our bucket, fill it with water, and we'll get our four mats, and we'll put them in here. So when I was thinking 2 mats were best before, it was because you see there's no change really in the texture of the water. You put this in, you see it went a little brown, and you put a third one in, and it looks like pay dirt now. And then you put the fourth one in. See how it doesn't change? That's why I thought it was waste, but it isn't. You can put all 4 at 100% in there and you get a full bucket. If I tried to add a fifth one, I think it would say, sorry, it's full. Okay, so let's head to town. We'll need the wave table, we'll need a generator, we'll need a bunch of stuff. So, oh, I don't have enough money to do that. Oh my gosh, I didn't think that through, did I? Oh, well, because we're going to get a loan. That's what we'll have to do. Okay, so let's see. Let's try an in cap. Start this thing up. I don't need all that. And make sure I don't have my diff lock on. Yeah, we're off to town. Now let's see. I wonder how many things I'll run into on the way. Start with that little tree right there. That thing's a bane of my existence when I come flying through here at night. I don't hit it anymore though. Now I know it's there. And everyone who's played the game knows about this spot and hates it. Oh my gosh. And yeah, in cab's a little tougher to do it. There we go. Oh my gosh, can't drive. This is a neat little spot in here. I've seen places like this in real life, weaving through here and the truck bouncing all over the place. Okay, we're passing the factory here. Get on the road here, the concrete road at the factory. Now we can give her. We'll give her, but we gotta be careful at the end. You're going too fast here, you'll hit the end. Zoom. Now we'll get a load here any second. Loading. And we wait. And it loads and we keep going. Loads a little bit slower when I'm recording, so I'm assuming that's just takes a little bit more time because the OBS, that's my recording software, uses a bit of resources. Not like Fraps, but still pretty decent amount. Okay, crossing the tracks, and so up here's the equipment. We'll be going in there soon. But as you can see, there's a conveyor sticking out. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So I'll give you a little drive-by teaser. See, oh, look at all that stuff. Now you see that big conveyor thing on the tracks? That's called a Frankenstein. And so I don't have that DLC yet, but the Steam Summer Sale has started. Oh my gosh, bit of alliteration there. The Steam Summer Sale has started, and I will be getting that DLC, so I'll be able to show that stuff. If you haven't purchased the game yet and it interests you, it is on sale now. I think 40% off. Where was that sale when I bought it? I think it was only 20% off last week. Okay, we want a loan, and we only need a 1-day loan, but I'll put it on 2 days because it only costs an extra 25 bucks. No, not even that. So $13 more. So what this does is gives me an extra day just to pay it off. I'll have it paid off today, but I just in case. Okay, take loan. All right, now we have money, $8,700. So let's see what we can buy for $8,700. Now we have to be careful because it costs money to. I keep hitting. My buttons are a little messed up on different vehicles. I'll show you that at some point. The settings for the vehicles, you have a custom and then a standard setting, and some vehicles I use custom, some I don't. So the buttons kind of jump around. I have to get that sorted. Okay, so let's shut her down here. Boy, we're still pretty low on money. I should have panned out one of those buckets, but oh well. It's because, oh, the price is higher in hardcore. We gotta go panning. Well, darn it, I can buy the other stuff though. Everything but the wave table because it's $8,400. Alright, so we'll get a generator. We'll buy one of those. And we'll want a power cord for it. And we'll need power cord and a hose for it. Whoops, press the right button. Add that. So that should be, is that all I need for that? I think so. Got fuel. Yeah, just the generator. We'll be getting to this thing, but we don't really need that till we get our mobile wash plant later. Because you can't separate the magnetite on the stuff that you're mining up with a shovel over there. As far as I know. Alright, so there we go, $557. Well, that gets us kind of set up, but we'll have to pan out that one of those pans there and sell the gold, and then we can get the rest. A tailgate, let's load this in. Oh my gosh. So I like to load these kind of in the back sometimes when I go to fuel up, I think I showed in the first episode, keeping the stuff where I could fuel it. Oh, that's good enough. Don't fuss with it all day. But anyway, so then when I fill up at the gas station, it won't, fire everything out of the truck. All right, there we go. Let's put the tailgate up, and we are heading back to the parcel without a wavetable, which, yeah, I didn't plan that very well. So let's go pan some gold. All right, we gotta get back there. Oh my gosh, it's 8:30 in the morning, and we don't even have any money yet from our gold. I was supposed to be bringing back a wavetable. It was under 7,000 on normal mode, but on hardcore the prices are much higher. Which, yeah, basically slows you down. The prices are, we'll roleplay that a little. The prices are higher because the mining season has started and demand is going up as people break things. So there you go. That's why the prices are higher. And we started late in the season. We got to get going. The season's ticking along without us. The mining season before the ground freezes, and the snow flies, and we can't work anymore. So we got to try and beat the weather. Get around this corner without running into anything. Oh boy, now comes the challenge up ahead here. Will he hit it? I suppose I could just slow down, but I don't slow down very much. Try not to. Don't make any money going slow. Oh, but you don't. Oh, you know what? I didn't buy the. I'll risk it. I didn't buy another wheel or the tire jack or battery or anything like that. That battery should be okay, but as long as I don't leave the lights on. But I should have bought a tire. I forgot. That hopefully won't come back to bite me. I guess we'll see. Alright, so let's shut her down here. We'll get our generator set up, and then we'll pan out. Whoops. I keep a fuel tank with the truck just in case, because, yeah, I don't want to walk. Don't want to walk anywhere. So let's drop that down. We'll fuel it up. And I'll just grab the cables, or the power cable and the hose, and just kind of throw them there. We'll hook it up once we have the wavetable here. Alright, so let's dump that off. Oh my gosh, I hate wasting trips to town. Burning fuel and time for nothing. Okay, so, well, I guess we got... Good thing I didn't throw this in the woods and get rid of it, huh? Dummy. Yeah, well. Okay, got our pan here. Well, we're gonna pan out, I guess we'll pan one of these buckets. Only one, though. Which is 4 pans, so that hopefully won't take you too long. I could speed it up, but hey, this will probably be the last time you see me panning, so we'll do it. We'll do it. It's a highly precise operation, so those of you who haven't done this yet might need to get the training by watching me. No, not really. It is not difficult. There's a trick to it in real life, though. I think I always see people fumbling with it at first, but you get onto it pretty quickly. Alright, so let's look at all that gold. Ooh, and our first couple are with tweezers. That's a good sign. Gold, gold, gold. Let's see. Oh, we're up to 0.3 of an ounce. Wonder what we'll get from this bucket. What do you think? 4.5 ounces? Let's guess on that one. It's no doing this quickly, or at least not when I'm doing it. I'm a rookie miner, a greenhorn. I suppose after you do a few hundred pans, you'd probably be faster at it. Okay, got 4 more nuggets here, and then we'll get the next pan. Whoops, what's going on here? Oh, okay, so can I not pick those out? Are they not panned? Okay, you see how I can't highlight those? Wow, that worked out well, so now I can actually show that. So it just has to be panned a little further to get those nuggets so you can pull them out. Here we go. Speaking of newbies, that would be me. Alright, now we can get them. You'd almost think I'd plan that just to show you. I didn't. I can't plan that well. Right, here we go. There's the first pan. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to pause, and I'll pan out the others, and then we'll come back. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're panning the last bit now. Ooh, lots of gold in there. And we're already up almost 4.5 ounces, so I guessed less, which is good. More is better, right? Oh, we need that gold. We need that gold so badly. So what I should have done, in retrospect, and you'll do lots of that in this game, is I should have panned it out first, and then gone and sold it, and then get the loan, and then I could have gotten more of a loan. So, oh well. We'll still be okay though once I sell this. Wow, we're over 5 ounces now. So have a look at the price of. Oh, I noticed the price of fuel when I last fueled up was $12 and something a gallon. So yeah, the fuel price has gone up a little with hardcore. So I've been watching the series. So I've finished the first season of Gold Rush Alaska with the Hoffman crew. I'm watching about partway through the second now. Alright, so there we go. We're gonna go back to town, we'll sell this gold, and hopefully have a wait table. Hopefully it works. And gotta get truck parts. Gee, I hope I didn't leave that light on. The light's on in this. When I go to turn off the truck, sometimes I can turn the lights on by mistake, just because the control is it's like on the D-pad on my controller. And I'm not very precise with it just because I didn't grow up with one of these controllers like some of you have probably, Xbox 360 controller. So yeah, I'm not exactly as precise as I could be with it. I fuss with it a lot, but oh well. Arthritis in my hand, so it's actually easier to use the controller than it is on the keyboard and mouse sometimes. Fishtail through here. Yeah, so a nice big sale on Gold Rush. I hope lots of you who have watched this and say, oh, that's a pretty neat game, I'd like to play that. Well, there you go, 40% off. Now's the time. And make sure you get the Frankenstein DLC. It's definitely worth it. A lot of good machines in there. Basically, tier 4 and 5. There's 5 tiers. The top tier is that Frankenstein, and you know, there's better just better shakers and stuff. I'll have to wait and show it to you, because if you haven't played the game before, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But there's just better stuff, more efficient, get more gold from the work you do. Well, based on the price of that wavetable, I would say it's going to take me a little longer to get into tier 2 than I had hoped. But the wavetable is actually, it is tier 2, so I guess we'll be starting right off. What do you have? 5.6 ounces. So it actually says, okay, I got 5.1 out of it. You can see it's stamped right on the ingot. So I'll throw the ingot in the back of the truck, and hopefully nobody steals it. I don't know, I'd be putting it on the seat next to me, but oh well. That'll make the game. Be nice if they'd come out with modules for this truck, so that, for instance, you could have your spare tire and your jack and a battery all in a box here, so that if you break down, you know, you don't have it rattling all over the truck, because in real life I'd tie everything down. So, yeah. Anyway, you get your tire bounces around, and you'll see. Alright, so the price of gold, as you can see, is nosediving. That's not so good. $12.20 an ounce. We got $6,000. Alright, so now we can get our wavetable. And if at that rate, we probably got 15 to 20,000 sitting there in buckets right now. So let's get that wavetable purchased, and then we can. The loan is paid off at 1 a.m. every night, and if you like, you can go into the red, but then it gets harder and harder as you go deeper into debt. You can't process the gold without selling the gold at a cheaper rate at the blacksmith. which you don't want to do. It's a waste. Get more money by making the dust into, like, refining it and selling it at the bank. Okay, I'll order one of those. All right. Oh my gosh, I almost walked out of here again without this stuff. So pickup truck wheel, we want one of those. $1,000. Ouch. A jack. How much is the jack? Jack, $48. That's a little better. Oh, I don't need any teeth. I'm used to grabbing a bunch of teeth while I'm here for my excavator. We'll get there. Okay, I didn't get a battery, but as long as I don't leave my lights on, I won't be walking. Alright, so let's go pick up all that stuff. And the jack and the tire are going to be permanent fixtures in this truck. And the truck is probably the vehicle you're going to use the most, honestly. All your trips to town and always in the truck. Every time you go for supplies. Okay, we left the truck running because we're making a fast getaway here. We got to get back to the claim. Don't make any money sitting here at the warehouse. Just keep going, get back there and get this hooked up. Whoops, and I forgot to start my timer. So I have no idea where we are. Oh well. So this could be a little longer or a little shorter. I guess we'll see. So we'll get back there, we'll set this up, we'll refine what we've got, and then I'll probably do a bunch of mining off screen until I can get enough for the next to buy the next equipment. That way you don't have to sit there and watch me slowly dig away. So I think that would be boring. I mean, if I'm watching a video and somebody's doing that, I would, unless they've got something really interesting to say, I would just skip it, and I don't have much interesting to say. So I couldn't blame you for skipping it. And the time lapse, I don't know. I did the time lapse in the first episode. It's 16 speed. It was the only way I could fit it in the music and the time to get a 30-minute video. Ooh. I didn't like it. It was too fast, too jerky. If anything, anyone with epilepsy would be watching that and might have problems with it, and I don't want that. So I think any time lapse I do, I'll have to do slower, which means smaller bits of it. Use my brain, right? Alright, so I'll head back. So with your truck, you gotta remember on your machines, especially in hardcore, shut those engines off if you're not using them, because that fuel is expensive, like crazy expensive. And if you leave your lights on, it'll drain your battery, and the batteries aren't cheap either. See now, let's see if I can get out here. Whoops. Yeah, alright, I got out without turning on the lights, that's good. Let's get this wavetable. I think I'll set it up right here, because this seems to be where I'm going to be working a lot. Well, doesn't sit very flat there, so you can just kind of give it a little bit of a shove to push things around, just like real life. And we can throw these. Oh, okay, we have a wavetable. Well, now we can throw these in the woods. Unless we run out of money and we're back to panning because we had to sell the wavetable. But if we get to that point, I think it's time to reevaluate my skills, because yeah, I think once you have your wavetable, it's pretty hard to go bankrupt. Unless you spend money foolishly, which... Okay, so I could actually have that happen. Oh my. So I did not purchase a replacement. You see this white part going across? That's the jets where it sprays water. That breaks quite often. I didn't buy a replacement. So I imagine those of you who have played before are yelling that at me. You didn't get a replacement jet. I know, I forgot. Sorry. Hope I don't have to go back to town that quickly. Alright, so now we're going to hook this up. We have one more thin hose connection here, so we'll hook that up here. And you can route the hose. You see how the hose is kind of, it jerks along a little bit? That's because it's finding new points to drop the hose on the ground. Let's see, let's go around this side. Just stay back out of the way. So you can actually hold, it says B to wind the cable, but this is what winding the cable does. See, you can straighten it right out. See? So now it'll reach further because you've taken the kinks out. Let's see, hook that up. Alright, we now have a functioning wavetable. Oh my gosh, this thing better not fail as soon as I turn it on. I'll be going back screaming about the warranty. Okay, there's our water. There's our power. Okay, so we have 0 gold. Let's Let's get a bucket and throw that in. Alright, and that's going to fill it up 75%. Just check our other buckets here. And we'll turn this on. The water's just kind of flowing through. Now, obviously this wouldn't work in real life because the angle is totally wrong, but oh well. It's hard to, it can't really level ground here easily, so. There it goes. It's processing it. I can actually get the next bucket and throw it in as soon as it's under 25%. And we're up to 3 ounces already. Pour the next one in. So where these full buckets fill it to 75%, then as soon as it drops under 25%, you can dump in the next bucket and just keep them going. Make efficient use of the fuel, as well as the jets, because they break really quickly. At least they have in my experience. Alright, we're at 65%. 12.5 ounces. Ooh, we get money. So we'll go back and we'll sell this and see how much money we get, and then we'll call it an episode. I think next episode I'll have done more of this, a whole bunch more of this, and hopefully we'll be ready to get out there and hopefully get our excavator and mobile wash plant going. And that'll be tier 2. So the wave table is kind of, the order I've done this is actually pretty decent, which is we get this wave table before the other tier 2 stuff, just because you see how fast that worked versus panning those 3 buckets. So each of those buckets is panning 4 times. So yeah, that saves a lot of time. Okay, let's go sell our 17.5 ounces. We're in the money. Now, oh, look at that. See, my lights keep coming on. Herg. I'm gonna have to mess with the controls, I guess. Oh. Hold on here. Don't want to go running off yet. We need to close that tailgate. Don't want to lose my jack and my wheel and my fuel can. And it looks like I'm going to have to fuel up at town as well. Down to half a tank of fuel. Diesel in this case. It's funny, everything's diesel in this. Well, that's good. I mean, the truck. I guess you'd run a diesel truck too, because you want to use the same fuel as the rest of your equipment. Otherwise, and the storage time for diesel is much longer than gasoline. Doesn't, as long as you keep the moisture out of it anyway. Because you don't want water in your fuel, because it makes a mess of your engine. Or it can. Quantify everything. Don't want to be wrong, can't be wrong. Quantify everything. Quantify. Oh my gosh. I don't know which, if I even use the right words. Just be quiet. I'm a gold miner, not a thinker. Just like the Hoffman crew. Ha ha ha. Oh wait, no, they're thinkers, not miners. Oh, they're getting there. They're in season 2, and they gotta make money at some point. Whoa, brakes. Missed my turn. Now I can drive with confidence. If I get a flat tire, I've got a spare with me and a jack to lift the vehicle to get the tire on, so we're all set. Because the battery, as far as I know, the battery won't break unless you leave your lights on and the engine not running. That's the only times I've seen the battery having to be replaced. So we're on hardcore. My gosh, this is going to be a bit more, even more of a grind than I had planned. That's okay. That's okay. So let's smelt this. 16 ounces. Money. Oh, see that? Oh, derp. This is why I put it in the cab. Alright, there we go. Let's go sell this and get our money, and then we'll call it a day. Well, I'll call it an episode. I've got lots to do. It's only 1 p.m. I've got work to do here. I got more gold mining to do. Yeah, so you pull up to the bank and you don't shut your truck off here. They think you're robbing the bank, I bet. Okay, 12.20. Alright. Oh, look at that. Almost $20,000. So what we can do at this point is repay the loan. It doesn't really matter if I do it now or not, but I'm going to pay it off just because I don't like owing money. So now, well, let's see how much money we could take. So we could get a loan for $9,000 now. It costs us $75 for the first day. That's the interest on the loan. Alrighty, well, there we go. So I think we'll call it a day here. Next episode, I'll have done some more digging with the shovel. I don't really want to show any more of that on screen. So hopefully we'll be off to buy our Tier 2 equipment next episode. So tune in for that. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any, I'd love comments. If you have comments like this is how you do it, or this is how I would do it, or you said this was wrong. Really, I enjoy, even if constructive criticism is great. If you come on and call me names and stuff like that, then that's not so great. And especially if someone else suggests something and you disagree with it, be polite. Let's just have a good conversation. So anyway, we will see you next time, and bye for now.